She's plugging holes in the dam. And every time a reaction channel says, well, I think she's doing this, she's got to plug that hole. And that's why the next video she makes, she's like, oh, I heard a rumor that whatever. Somebody on Instagram told me that people are saying this, and she has to correct it. But then all of a sudden, when somebody like Emily, who might have receipts, or at the very least, we just know that she knows Amber in real life, and so that threatens to break that dam completely, Amber loses her mind. She can't handle it because there's no way to plug the holes. The dam is broken. Hello, my friends. So Amber went live 3 times yesterday, and apparently she was having some technical issues. I don't know what's going on with her hair. That's the main thing right now, is what is this?
What the hell is even that?
But she is looking rough. She is struggling. I mean, oh well. All right, let's just see what she has to say. If you'd like to like and subscribe, that would literally be hectic. I'm not gonna lie.
The thing is, like, it has honestly been sort of freeing to be able to just like say how I feel. Like, it has been so nice. And it's also stemmed into like other areas, you know? And
So from what I understand, they are still talking and they are sort of like making up. And apparently the way it went behind the scenes is they would get into an argument. Amber would make a video talking about how some guy hit on her, right? Because she said that constantly. And that would make Emily mad. And Emily would go on to the subreddit or wherever and talk bad about Amber because Emily knew that she could hurt Amber far more by talking about her in public on the forums or wherever. So she's not wrong when she was like, her going to Mr. Snowflake was kind of the final boss, right? Because it sort of spilled over into the public where everybody could see that Amberlynn wasn't who she claims to be. Up until now, it had all sort of remained behind the scenes other than just, you know, little pieces here and there of Emily talking bad about Amber and stuff like that kind of seeping through. But I think we can all agree that it's probably true that Amber would make videos saying that guys are hitting on her just to make Emily mad. Right? Because I don't buy it. I don't think guys are hitting on her all the time. I think she just said that because she knew it would make Emily mad.
I felt like light. Like I felt light. I never noticed that like I had this like heavy feeling on my shoulders.
And I also still love that she is trying to convince us that she exposed Emily, right? She was like, you know, I finally spoke my truth. Like, girl, you would not have said jack squat. And also, you didn't reveal anything. Everything that has been revealed is stuff that we already knew. The Tumblr is gross. In fact, I have been made aware of a Tumblr that we don't know for sure if it's Emily's. So I don't really want to get too much into that yet because there's no proof that it's Emily's. And I think Amber will deny that it's Emily's. And Emily denies it's hers. But I mean, come on, it's probably Emily's. And yeah, I can understand being grossed out and I can understand not being happy about it. But A, it still doesn't justify some of the behavior that she was portraying, right? Because B, if you're with somebody and they're looking at that kind of stuff, you should probably not be with that person unless you're going to be into it too. There is a line where if you stay with somebody, you have crossed that line. You are now part of their weird world. If you see that they're looking at this really gross, creepy, weird stuff and you stay, that's on you.
Literally, the day that we met in person, she messaged a girl saying how sexy she was. She messaged another masked lesbian feeder saying, wow, we're rare. Masked lesbian feeders. That's the day I found out the truth. That's the day I found out the truth about everything. And that heavy feeling is back. So,
Yeah, because they're back together or they're still together or whatever. I would bet money they're still talking and still like making up or whatever.
Emily does not want me talking about her. So that means I can't talk about how I feel regarding everything that's taking place, everything that has happened. I just feel kind of like I don't know.
The fact that somebody else is involved in a story doesn't ever really stop her. So I don't know why this would.
I am a human being with experiences, as is everyone, and I don't want to shy away from things that I've been through just because someone else was involved. That's silly. That's not only silencing me, but it's taking away my human experiences. So I don't care who is involved.
Something that's been really bothering me though, I'm realizing like just more than ever that like these reaction channels terrify me in the sense of like they don't care about justice, they don't care about morals, they don't care about right from wrong, they just don't care. They just want me to be wrong all the time, like constant. Um
I don't think that's necessarily it. I think you just are wrong almost all the time. And we don't like either of you, right? That's the whole thing that she doesn't understand. We don't like Emily either. But when she's got tea, we're going to listen to it. Because not only did it sort of reinforce the idea that Amberlynn is not who she says she is. So, of course, we're going to listen to that and we're going to talk about it and sort of give an I told you so sort of thing. But also, getting this out in the open could really help prevent somebody in the future from becoming the next Emily, assuming that you two ever actually break up. So, while I am not here trying to say that I'm trying to get justice for anybody or that I'm trying to do the moral thing by reporting on all this stuff and talking about Amberlynn, I think there is some good that can come from it. Because people like these Am babies, they don't know Amberlynn. They think they do. They know what she shows, and what she shows is a lie. And they support her and they enable her, and she continues to lie. Now, in the grand scheme of things, does it matter? Not really. I mean, sort of for the next person in line that might be with her and she may treat like dirt, maybe that could help. But really, overall, it doesn't really matter. More than anything, it's just tea, right? That's all we're here for, is for entertainment. And Amber provides it by putting her life on the internet, and her life sucks. Her life is toxic. So, yeah, of course we're going to talk about it.
Envy. Hi Amber, this is my first time catching you live. Hello, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Um how is it a thing that when I know I'm not supposed to talk about her, but this is like I'm gonna say this part because I feel it so deep within my soul that I have to say it.
Oh,
How was it Emily's fault when she was held at gunpoint? Like when I was with Emily literally in Wisconsin and that like hit the fan, every single reaction channel was like, it's her fault, like, oh my God, like blah, blah, blah.
so my channel was created after the initial Emily drama stuff with all the ex talking to Jordy and that kind of stuff. But I don't remember reaction channels saying that it was her fault. I mean, I don't remember a lot of that. I know like bits and pieces, but I don't remember people saying that Emily was held at weapon point and it was her fault. I think they were mostly just saying that she's in toxic relationships and it's clear she has a pattern of toxic relationships, and that's just an example of one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misunderstood, or maybe I'm not remembering something, but that's what I remember.
But then I like cry hysterically and, you know, show my anger in that way. But yet I'm like the abuser in it all.
So, what is she trying to say there? I don't understand her logic. She's basically saying, I stood up for Emily, therefore I can't be called an abuser. I don't think that's how it works. Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but there's a disconnect there. I don't know what she's trying to say. And it's also that hero complex thing again. I was so mad and I showed my anger when they were coming for Emily, and now they have the audacity to call me an abuser.
Like it's never ever about justice with these reaction channels. And that has been weighing so heavy on me lately. It's like nothing I do, nothing I say, like genuinely nothing I experience in life, nothing I experienced in my childhood, nothing I experience currently, nothing. I am forever dehumanized, and I know that word is a meme now because of me, but it's true, and it is, like, literally genuinely so sickening at this point. Like,
I'm sure she hates it, but she's brought it on herself because she's a liar. She exaggerates any kind of situation to make her out to be as much of the victim as possible.
When I said that they would essay me, when I use the A word, assault, I consider harassment as an assault.
it is pathetic. It's pathetic. And yeah, I feel a lot when it comes to that.
I bet you do. I bet you do. I bet you have big feelings when it comes to reaction channels. Because the thing is, we have been proven right over and over and over and over again, right? So it's not like we're out here making up all this stuff and then it never gets proven right. Like we were just proven right. We had talked about Emily being a feeder forever. No, no, no. Amber said, no, absolutely not. She's not. A lot of people assumed that they were still together. I didn't even really believe that. I was like, I don't know that I'd go that far, but turns out they were, and she was lying about that. So she can get on her high horse all she wants and look at us from her tower, but we are constantly proven right.
Just admit you're back together. Actually, no, we've argued today, so there's that.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to prove. I mean, arguing sort of is their relationship.
She literally talked about you to your biggest hater. Are you worried about her leaking crash out vids?
I don't know that I would call Mr. Snowflake her biggest hater. Honestly, I would give that label or that mantle to Jordy.
No. Dumb Blonde, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it so much. Madison, welcome to Stream Queen. She didn't care when you didn't want her talking about you. That is something I did make very clear to her that, like, you know, while we were literally in a relationship, like, you were saying mean things about me behind my back, things that weren't true, things that were exaggerated.
Okay.
Like, while we were in a relationship, and like it hurt me, and I would cry, and I would tell her that, and I would tell her, can you please stop? Like, I get it, trust me. We go in circles with this. We go in circles.
And honestly, I think that's why they're still together. I don't necessarily think they stay together despite all the drama. I think they're together because of the drama. I think she loves it. And I think Emily loves it. They are toxic. They are both toxic. Because Amber could just block her. She's got so many people, so many idiots that she could talk to and start dating because of her platform. So yeah, I don't think she's a victim in this at all. In fact, I think she was just as guilty in hurting Emily, by making her videos about being hit on all the time and stuff like that.
I'm just stuck with, like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like,
block her. How's that? I mean, I didn't even have to think about that for a second. Block her and move on. I don't know what to do. Shut up.
IDK. Genuinely. People found her Tumblr. So that Tumblr, I've had people send me screenshots of that shit, and like, that is not her Tumblr. I remember her Tumblr very well. I'm gonna make it very clear that the things that that Tumblr is sharing are things that Emily is not attracted to. Just saying. Like,
well, if that's the case, then why were you so upset that your soul left your body?
And the picture that is so engraved in my brain that made my whole soul leave my body was this woman on an oxygen tank in a hospital bed. My whole soul left my body.
Because the stuff that I have heard that Emily was looking at would make my soul leave my body, all right? That would be enough for me to call it quits because it was real disturbing, and I would not want to be with somebody like that. I wouldn't abuse her over it, right? I would just leave. So all that's happening here is either she's lying, covering for Emily, because she doesn't want people to think that Emily would be that weird, or she's basically saying that the stuff that Emily was looking at really wasn't that bad. Well, then why did you go unhinged about it, you know? So no matter how this plays out, they both suck, and Amber just keeps making herself look worse. This person says, you're allowing her to silence you. And that's the thing, Amber loves to say that she's being silenced. She loves that. That is the best way for her to play victim, because she can not really say anything You know, she doesn't have to show any receipts or really explain anything, but can say, I'm being silenced. And that's really easy. And then she can come off as the victim.
You're allowing her to silence you. I don't know. Remember when Beck didn't want me talking about them? None of you thought that. Every time I brought up Beck's name, it was like, stop fucking talking about them. You know, it's like, oh my God, what is life?
I would wager those are two different sets of people. I would guess that the people saying that Emily is silencing you are your babies, are your fans, are the people that actually believe you when you speak. The people that were saying don't talk about Beck were the people that believed Beck and were tired of you lying about Beck. And even if there is some overlap, in this situation, most people understand that you both suck. So it's not like we're wanting to protect Emily, right? We don't care what happens to Emily or you in this situation, but we cared about what happened to Beck.
Could never do right. I just don't even know what to do anymore with my life. Abru, Beck's not a nice person, but go off, I guess.
See, here you go. She never brought any receipts. It was all Darvo. She was like, whatever you've heard, actually, it was the opposite. Actually, it was Beck. They were the ones that were manipulative. They were the ones doing all the bad stuff, and I was the victim. All Amber could do was say, I know you are, but what am I? Nuh-uh, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. And that's it. And of course, we expected that. It was another narcissistic collapse. By the way, let's look at narcissistic collapse. Okay, so again, this is just Google AI, but this is, from what I've heard and what I have found out about the narcissistic collapse, this is pretty accurate. So it says it is a significant and often dramatic breakdown in a person's carefully constructed self-image, particularly in individuals with narcissistic personality disorder. It occurs when their fragile sense of self, reliant on external validation and a grandiose facade, is threatened or shattered. Does that sound familiar? Amber is very, I don't want to say careful, but more like she really tries to paint a picture of herself, or at least in her head, she paints this picture of herself as an empath and a victim. And so when it comes out that she's not the victim, and somebody else might be, that fragile sense of self and the grandiose facade is threatened or shattered. This external validation, it says their self-worth is heavily dependent on external sources like admiration, attention, and achievements. Sound familiar? So when that is threatened because she thinks that people are going to see the real her, she loses it. She can't handle it. And this external validation and the fragile ego and things like that is a big reason, in my opinion, why she's constantly watching reaction channels and trying to figure out what people are saying about her, because every time a reaction channel or somebody on the subreddit or something says something about her, she feels like she's got to get out there and correct it or fix it, right? She's plugging holes in the dam. And every time a reaction channel says, well, I think she's doing this, she's got to plug that hole. And that's why the next video she makes, she's like, oh, I heard a rumor that whatever. Somebody on Instagram told me that people are saying this, and she has to correct it. But then all of a sudden, when somebody like Emily, who might have receipts, or at the very least, we just know that she knows Amber in real life, and so that threatens to break that dam completely, Amber loses her mind. She can't handle it because there's no way to plug the holes. The dam is broken.
People with rounder, fatter faces shouldn't have short hair. Yeah, I guess I can agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know that she remembers this, but she said that very thing while she was sitting right in front of Beck, who had short hair.
So I get that question a lot, and people always tell me, you know, you look really good with short hair, but I feel like I disagree. I feel like people with rounder, fatter faces look bad with short hair because it makes their face look rounder and fatter.
And these are those little microaggressions, those little jabs that she would do all the time just to be mean to Beck. And that's just how she operates, because it makes her feel stronger and smarter and better by tearing somebody else down.
Sorry, I didn't sigh at the person. I was just sighing at the fact that I genuinely am just like over this. Like just everything that's happening on the internet right now. It's like people love to see misery on, like, it's scary. Like it's genuinely scary. Like I'm on the wrong side of the internet. The wrong.
How did you get here? There are lots of people that aren't. But you're on the wrong side of the internet because you put yourself there by being toxic and lying all the time. And then once you're found out as a liar, trying to pretend like you're not. Every time that happens, you get a little deeper into the wrong side of the internet. Our friend Ando over here says, when was the last time you showered, Big Greasy? And then down here, somebody says, Ando, when was the last time you touched grass and looked in the mirror, you bully?
Address Lex saying eat shit. I don't know. Why don't I message her right now about it? Do I eat poop?
All right, so she's messaging Alexis saying, do I eat poop? Okay, so that means that she's talking to Alexis. Apparently, I thought that Alexis was blocked and they were not communicating, but apparently that's not the case.
Here we go. I don't want to hang out right now, no.
And then good old Window says, wait, you don't want to hang out with us? And Amber said, no, I don't want to hang out right now. Like, yeah, we know. You don't want to do your job. You don't want to do anything at all, except for eat and sit around and watch reaction channels. But it's interesting that she would admit that, you know?
Don't be upset, sweet girl. Oh, thank you, Kylie. I appreciate that. What the fuck? Alexa said, yeah, haha. I'm gonna say, what the fuck does that mean?
That sounds like they're kind of being friendly now. I think we all knew all along that Alexis sucks, but yeah, they're friends again. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Alexis is trying to get on Amber's good side right now because she thinks that she can maybe be in a relationship with her. Like, you don't need Emily anymore. I'm here for you if you need it. That kind of thing. I can see that happening.
I thought Lex was blocked. I unblocked her.
And I guarantee you it's just to make Emily mad because I know Alexis and Emily don't like each other. So this is yet another toxic play by Amberlynn being like, I'm friends with Alexis again, just so that Emily will be upset about it. These people suck, man.
You know, you're sad. You're literally in contact with me, but you hate me. You hate everything I do, I say, I feel. You're here.
What do you mean Ando's in contact with you? So Ando said, you're in contact with both Lex and Emily. Sad. Yeah, it is. They both suck and they're both toxic. I mean, they all suck. All three. It's a three-way suck fest. I don't like that. But it's a three-way toxic shit fest. And whoever Ando is, just calls it out and says, that's sad that you're talking to both of them. Like, there are two people on this planet that you know suck and are toxic, and you're talking to both of them. So yeah, I think Ando is right here. That's sad and pathetic. But no, she's mad about that.
Every single day, like talking shit to me. So it's like, why are you here then?
Entertainment. See? She gets defensive. Again, I think she's in these relationships not despite the drama, but because of it.
Doing okay through all this. You're beautiful, strong, resilient. Thank you, Frank. And no, I'm not doing okay. No, I feel like utter crap, actually. So,
yeah, that facade has crumbled and she doesn't know what to do with herself.
oh my God, yes. Everyone send a super chat saying who your favorite reaction channel is. It was Ben's idea. Love you, Salty Crab.
Stop giving her money. She's already making bank off of all this. She is making so much money from her bad behavior being exposed. We don't need to help her.
Thank you for the money. By the way, I was thinking about doing like okay, it's a live stream like marathon once I feel a little bit better. I don't know. People love when I'm sassy and have attitude apparently because that's how I get the most views. So
see, and she thinks that people were giving her so many views and so many people were watching because she was so sassy and she was cooking. But no, she doesn't understand. It was just the tea. It was the drama. Everybody had a huge boost this weekend because of the Emily stuff. Shenandoah, thank you. I got one mention in the chat, and I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm glad that it wasn't a super chat. See, Shannon knows what's up. All she had to do was just say my name. She didn't have to super chat it. So there you go. Thank you. Okay, people are actually doing it. People are actually giving her money just to say their favorite reaction channel. This is concerning that so many people are willing to give her so much money. And most of them are trolls. Most of them are trolls, and they're giving her... I don't get it, man. Stop giving her money. So apparently she was having some technical issues, so she had to stop that stream and start a new one. She ended up doing 3 live streams, and I'm going to probably do 2 videos on them. So I'll continue through about half of this one, and then I'll do the rest of them in another video. So this person makes a good point. Why is every relationship you're in wrapped in some sort of controversy? And of course, there is one common denominator. And I think that's what Cookie is getting at, is the fact that Amber's the common denominator. Of course, Amber doesn't like that term, that phrase.
Have you ever realized that common denominator is you? I hate the saying the common denominator thing. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, because we're all the common denominator. So that's just the way that I view it.
But she clearly just doesn't understand the concept, right? If every relationship is bad, there's one common denominator, and that common denominator is you. So yeah, Cookie made a great point. Let's see what she says.
Exactly, Cookie. That's why I'm like, I need to just like I genuinely I'm done with like love.
That's
I'm
it.
done with everything.
Yeah,
Like
it's love. It's not Amber, it's love. The entire concept of love, the concept of relationships, that's the problem. Not Amberlynn, not the way she treats her partners in every single relationship. No, it's love is busted and broken. That's the problem. I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
oh, common sense, welcome to Stream Queens Mini. Like I feel so just like because I'm not gonna sit here and fuck around.
And see, the problem is she will never internalize it. She will never even entertain the idea that she could be the problem. Even when Emily comes out and says, these are all the things that Amber did, her first instinct was to come on and go, no, it was Emily. Emily was the one. And then when somebody says, hey, all of your relationships suck, she's like, yeah, it's love's fault. So yeah, your relationships are always going to suck because you're never going to do anything to fix it or to change it because you won't admit that you could even be the problem.
And Fib about it, like the last 2 nights, not tonight, but after my last live stream, me and Emily talked and like she cried and apologized and like said how sorry she was and how I'm the only person who knows the real her and how she doesn't want to lose me. Like it was so vulnerable, so sweet, so real, so deep, and I felt connected to her.
See, she has apologized to me. Emily is the one that needs to apologize. Amber doesn't think that she has anything to apologize for. What she sees is that Emily did something bad by talking to Mr. Snowflake, but the content of the tell-all doesn't matter to Amberlynn. She doesn't care. She doesn't think she did anything wrong because she feels justified in treating Emily like that because Emily had a Tumblr and Emily talked to a hater and Emily calls her names and stuff on the internet. So in Amberlynn's twisted narcissist brain, she's the victim. And don't get me wrong, I don't know that there's necessarily a victim in this scenario. I think they both are toxic. But of course, Amber doesn't see it that way. She just sees herself as the perpetual victim in every scenario.
Her for the first time in genuinely forever, just for like it like I'm just so exhausted. It's so back and forth and I feel like I'm going crazy. I just don't even know what to do anymore.
And here's the funny thing is I love it. Stay with her. You guys are perfect together, you know? You're meant for each other, Amber. It's a gentle love. Stay with her as long as you can. Because the longer you stay together, the more we get to talk about it. And the more of these weekends we're gonna have. So hell yeah, go for it. You guys are perfect for each other.
Girl, stop giving into the trolls. I feel like I am a troll at this point. I feel like I'm part of the fucking troll community because I just don't even know what's real and what's not when it comes to like the way that I'm acting. Am I just like putting on a like mask so I can act like I'm unbothered? Like, what is like the real deal? Like, how do I really want to be acting right now? I don't even fucking know. Like, genuinely, I don't even know. Like, really, I kind of just want to curl in a ball and cry if I'm being 100% honest. Like, if you guys want the honest to God truth, Emily's hurting me. The trolls are hurting me. The reaction channels are hurting me. The haters are hurting me. Everyone is hurting me. I am hurt by everyone. There it is.
She acts like we are her friends and that we're supposed to be nice to her, but we're choosing not to be. That's not what we're here for. We're here to call out and point out your bad behavior because it's interesting and it's entertaining. That's it. You have this very weird view of the way things are supposed to be between you and reaction channels. And the main reason that you can't play the victim here is because you put all this on the internet for everyone to see. You have made your life a spectacle, and you just happen to be a horrible human being. So, if you're going to be terrible, don't broadcast your life. And when broadcasting your life results in people calling you out and talking about it and pointing out how horrible you are, you can't then play the victim.
Everyone is hurting me. I am hurt by everyone. There it is. One thing about narcissists, they don't hurt like that.
Oh, okay. In that case, she's clearly not a narcissist. She got me. No, narcissists hurt the most when their ego or their validation, their external validation, is threatened. And that's exactly what happened here. You're not hurt because you hurt Emily. You're not hurt because of empathy. And it's interesting that she says narcissists don't hurt like that. But the like that was, you're hurting me. Everyone's hurting me. Everybody else is at fault. I'm the victim. You're hurting me. Everybody's hurting me. And then she says, narcissists don't hurt like that. I think that's exactly the way narcissists hurt, saying that everybody is mean to me.
I've met some real narcissists in my life. Some very real ones.
I'd love to know who those are, you know? I'd love to know who she's talking about. I would guess she would say Beck, Emily, Mr. Snowflake, me, Jordy, anybody she doesn't like. That would be my guess. All right, so World of Gorlcraft, which I love that name, by the way, says it's always everyone's hurting me, never I'm hurting myself or other people. That is absolutely true. It's always Amber is the victim. Everyone else is hurting me. Let's hear what she says.
World of Girlcraft, I also hurt myself. I literally, if you watch my last live stream, I was talking about how like I literally abuse myself and I hurt myself. Like I hate myself and I dislike myself a lot of the time and I do hurt myself. Like I've admitted that multiple times, but I'm also capable of looking at how other people hurt me as well.
Notice how she ignored the other people part of that, right? She completely ignored the fact that she never admits that she hurts others, that it's always others hurting her. And she can say all she wants that she hates herself and all that kind of stuff. But again, she was crashing out because her facade was broken.
Just imagine thousands of people talking shit about you, lying about you, saying the most awful, vile things about you. You'd be hurt too. And if not, then you're fucking crazy, like sociopath style, like point blank period. Like, what else would it be? Like, if you don't feel emotions from that, then I don't know. Are you like dead? Like, are you like, that doesn't even make sense.
Straw man, right? What this comment said was you basically never take accountability for hurting other people. And her response was, well, so many people hurt me constantly all the time. And if you wouldn't feel something from that, then you're a sociopath. What? Yeah, again, there you go. That's Amber. The perpetual victim had to come up with a straw man because she will not admit that she's hurt anybody else. The only time that she's said that she has hurt somebody else is when she was talking about Emily and she was saying, I hurt Emily by telling everybody how she hurt me. That was her feeling remorse for hurting someone else. I feel so bad because I was telling everybody that Emily was hurting me so bad. So I don't think that counts.
Everything I said, I feel so bad. Like I have so much remorse, and it's like everything that I said that like happened or that she did or whatever, like those things are true, but like those are things that like were old news bear, you know, it's like old news bears, whatever that saying is. Like it's things that like genuinely did happen, but happened, you know, while in Wisconsin and this and that, and it's things that we did move on from. But it's the going on the internet, going on the Reddit, going on the the Snowflake, like literally the final boss. Snowflake, title that your next video, because seriously, you were the final boss that like literally broke me.
Snowflake is the worst clout chaser and grifter in girl world. Bella, if you only knew what I knew. I found out something, but if you only knew what I knew. Um,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Amber knows something, you guys. Something. It's big. But I'm not going to say anything about it. If you only knew what I knew, there is a person that I hate more than anybody in the world, and I know something, but I'm not going to say anything. Okay. I'm sure you know some stuff. Uh-huh. Oh my God. She is so bad at trying to be threatening, you know, because she just comes off as such a dingus when she does it. And this is exactly what she wanted, right? Is people saying, spill, spill, what does that mean? That's what she wants, is for her little babies and her little minions to start wondering and asking her about it. She loves that. She loves to feel like she knows something. She didn't know shit. Because again, if Amber knows something and she can prove it, she will show you the proof. 100%. If she knows something, she will say it. If she has proof of something, she will show it. Period. Okay, here you go. World of Girlcraft says, I love how you missed the part where I said you hurt other people. Typical. Yeah, she completely ignored that and turned it into where she's the victim and calling World of Girlcraft a sociopath. So let's see if she addresses it this time.
Lee, thank you for the super chat. World of Warcraft, cool. Take care of yourself, you matter.
She skipped it. World of Girlcraft said, I love how you missed the part where I said you hurt other people. And she just says, cool. And then moves on to the next one. Are we surprised? Of course not. She is incapable of taking accountability for anything.
Are important. Thank you, Danny. It means the world to me. Do you talk to Beck? No crazy things. Brew, you're not being silenced. I just don't like you, so. No, I don't have mosquitoes in your house. I do go outside. I go outside a lot, whether it's to walk Twinkie or to get my fucking DoorDash.
So a couple things there. I don't buy it. I just don't believe that she's going outside a lot. She might walk Twinkie a couple of times a week, maybe a few times a week. I don't know. But notice how she is now just joking about DoorDash. She's done even pretending like she was going to lose weight, like she's going to do anything to better herself. I just get my fucking DoorDash. And of course, a little smug smirk.
Fucking DoorDash.
Okay, so I'm going to stop this one here, and I will do the second half of this and then the third one in my next video. But I do think there's something that happens in the chat that's kind of interesting that we will cover in my next video. And I'm not sure what caused it, but apparently there was a lot of spamming and it kind of broke the chat. So we'll get into that in the next video. But yeah, Amber is kind of mask off right now. And I think she's still kind of reeling from all of this, but I do absolutely think that her and Emily are still together, or at least still trying to work it out in the background. But she sees this as a great opportunity to play the victim and make a ton of money. And that's exactly what she's doing. She is playing the victim hard. And I don't feel any sympathy for her or Emily, because their relationship is bad. It's a bad relationship, you know? But again, I am happy for her to stay with Emily as long as she can, because the longer they stay together, the more we have to talk about. So anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.